Concerning the failed Fast and Furious program. It's the first time that a sitting attorney general has been held in contempt of Congress. The case now will be put in the hands of one of his own employees. But before the vote took place, 108 Democrats staged a walkout during yesterday's session. However, breaking from party convention, 17 Democrats voted in favor of the criminal charge. 21 Democrats supported the civil charge. Pennsylvania Democratic Congressman Jason Altmire is one of those. He voted in favor of both contempt charges. It's nice to see you this morning, sir. Thank you for being with us. Why did you vote with the majority of Republicans on the contempt charges?
The fact is that the House has jurisdiction in oversight over these type of investigations. The Attorney General was asked to provide information, and he chose not to provide it. So as a result, I had no other choice but to vote in contempt. As
a result, many of your Democratic colleagues walked out, as you well know. What was that moment like when 100 plus of your colleagues are walking out and you're staying there sitting?
That moment was exactly like 2008 when we had a nearly identical vote when President Bush was in the White House involving the U.S. Attorney scandal. Two very high-ranking government officials were held in contempt, and the Republicans walked off the floor. So it goes both ways, but I don't like to play those kind of political games. I stayed consistent with the vote I cast in 2008. The documents were not provided, the vote was called, and I had no other choice but to vote in contempt.
Nancy Pelosi, who walked out, said this. Let's play a little bit.
What is happening here is shameful. What is happening here is something that we all have an obligation to speak out against. Because I'm telling you, it's Eric Holder today, it's anybody else tomorrow. Any charge they can drum up.
Many of your colleagues in the past, I'd say, week have come on this show to say that they think the charges against the Attorney General are politically motivated. You disagree with that?
I have no reason to believe that Attorney General Holder has done anything wrong. I believe he's an honest man. I think the documents are going to show that. The question of the vote yesterday was, did he comply with the House request for documents for an ongoing investigation about a very serious matter that, again, I believe he will not be in any way found to be negligent in that. But the fact is he was asked to provide the documents, and he didn't. The larger investigation is a different story. The vote that we took yesterday was on one very specific issue. Did he comply with the House request for documents? Clearly he did not.
How do you think it ends? Is it all going to be negotiated out, or does it go to court?
I don't think it's going to go to court. I don't know how that segment of the investigation is going to end, but let's remember what we're talking about. A federal law enforcement agent was killed because of a program that was initiated several years ago. It was carried across 2 different presidential administrations. There's a lot to look at. The vote yesterday was only about one segment of those documents, but we have to get to the bottom of what happened with Fast and Furious. And again, I have no reason to believe Attorney General Holder is in any way responsible for that. I just want him to comply with the congressional intent, as I wanted President Bush to comply with congressional intent in 2008.
Congressman Jason Altmire joining us this morning. Nice to see you, sir. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Soledad.
Still ahead this